Sandra and I are often asked how we choose our subjects. Most of them are about living artists or architects or people in the arts that are living. And when we got together and started doing the painter's eye and the sculptor's eye, we would interview some of the artists whose works we were highlighting because we found the book was a little dry, just talking about how to analyze a painting, taking the pieces apart and putting them back together again, although that's fun and part of the whole process. And we began asking artists whose works we were using in the book, what was your first childhood experience with art? What is the idea behind that painting? And we discovered that many of the artists used art as a way of expressing themselves because they may have had learning disabilities or poverty or illness or something that kept them either home or somewhere else making art. Chuck Close said, the first artist we concentrated on, that we did a whole book around, said art saved his life because as a child he had learning disabilities and he was awkward at sports. And he would make puppet shows for the neighborhood children. And if he was having trouble learning about a particular subject at school, for example, the Plains Indian, the teachers would let him do a big mural for extra credit. And so he wanted young people to know about that, about those early struggles and how he translated his creativity into artworks.
And if we're going to believe people like Howard Gardner, and it seems absolutely what he articulated seemed like one of those things you'd always known and just nobody'd said it before, that there are many different ways that people learn. And so it's not just science or language. There are people who learn through movement and through dance, and there are people and being physical, and they're athletes, and there are people who are natural leaders, and there are also people who are naturally visual who express themselves in art as it's a whole comfortable way for them to work and for them to learn and for them to express themselves in the world. Good old Edward Hopper said, if I could say it in words, I wouldn't have to paint it.
Well, Sandra and I decided early on the artists that interested us the most were the living artists, the artists who had done something innovative. We have to agree that we like the artist's work. We have to agree that the artist has a great story, a story we want to tell. So we talk about different artists. We look at artworks in museums. We read books, and we look at shows in galleries together. And amazingly enough, the artists that we agree on are both are not only our favorite artists, but artists who have a great story to tell.